Good morning, grade 6. So today we're going to understand medicines as health products. So medicines are important substances used as instruments for curing diseases and alleviating their signs and symptoms. Some medicines are used to cure common ailments such as cold and headache, and others are used for more serious conditions and need special instructions from a medical professional before they can be used. So these are the two types of medicines belong to specific categories known as the over-the-counter or the OTC medicines and prescription drugs. So first, over-the-counter or OTC medicines. So as the name suggests, over-the-counter medicines are the drugs that can be bought in the drugstore. So even without the supervision of a professional health caregiver. So these drugs are used for common ailments like headache and cold and the likes. So let's see what are the drugs included in over-the-counter medicines. Antacid. Antacids are substances that stabilize the acidity level of the digestive tract, especially the stomach. So it helps in digestion. So one example of antacids are Maalox and Kremil S. Analgesic. This helps relieve pain, usually for muscle pains and headaches. So the example is paracetamol. Antipyretic. So this reduces the temperature of the body. So the examples of antipyretic are aspirin, ibuprofen, and acetaminophen. Next is antidiarrheal. Antidiarrheal provides relief from the symptoms of diarrhea or frequent bowel movement. Samples here are loperamide and Imodium. Next, laxative. This helps treat constipation. It also helps regulate bowel movement. So examples are Colace, Dulcolax, and Bisacodil. Next, decongestant. Decongestants are used to relieve nasal congestion, which occurs when there are swollen blood vessels and tissues in the upper respiratory tract. Examples are phenylephrine and pseudoephedrine. So, there are tips for using OTC medicine. So, even though OTC medicines may seem harmless, there are tips that should be considered to ensure that they will not misuse, especially for children. So first, you always consider the active ingredients. So there are active ingredients that may not be compatible for some other people. Next, follow proper procedures for taking the drugs or medicine, like the dosage and the schedule. Next, always ask for adult supervision when you are not sure. So it will help prevent accidental overdose and cases of misuse. Always take the prescribed dosage given in the instruction. And the last is always ask questions to your physician or the pharmacist. So this will clarify doubts and questions about the medicine that you are going to take. Next, prescription drugs. So, prescription drugs are medicines that can only be bought or used with the prescription of a professional physician. Since these drugs will have a critical effect of the body, prescriptions will help minimize misuse and abuse that may lead to damage in health. So the following are examples of prescription drugs. Antibiotic. Antibiotic used to kill bacteria which cause infections, inhibits the growth of bacteria or kill them. Examples of antibiotics are penicillin, cotrimoxazole, and amoxicillin. Antihypertensive. It treats high blood pressure that may lead to damage of the heart and blood vessels. Example of antihypertensive are amlodipine, atorvastatin, aliskiren, hydrochlorothiazide, and isosorbide nitrite. Antipsychotics. They are also called neuroleptics. It helps manage forms of psychosis such as delusions, paranoia, and hallucinations. It is also used to treat dementia, bipolar disease, and schizophrenia. Examples of antipsychotics are aripiprazole, aripiprazole, olanzapine, quetiapine, and ziprasidone. Sedatives. These are drugs that act as tranquilizers. It can lower excitement or irritability. So there are two types of sedatives. So first, barbiturates. Barbiturates are drugs that serve as mild sedative to total anesthetic. So it is a form of depressant that acts on the central nervous system. It is used as anticonvulsant or anti-epileptic drugs. Examples of barbiturates are secobarbital or mephobarbital and pentobarbital. Other example of sedative is antidepressant. These alleviate the symptoms of depression by balancing neurotransmitters in the brain. Examples of antidepressants are bupropion, nefazodone, and trazodone. Last is the stimulants. It increases the activity of the body. So it is referred to as uppers because of their reinvigorating effect. It is also used to treat cardiac arrest or low blood pressure. Examples of stimulants are amphetamine, dextroamphetamine, and methamphetamine. There are also tips on the use of prescription drugs. First, always carefully read and note important information relevant to your needs, such as dosage and side effects as applicable. Raise questions to the doctor to clarify things that may arise about doubts about the prescription. Always bring and present the prescription given by the doctor to the pharmacist when purchasing the drug. Always take the medicine as instructed. Noting the time intervals and dosage requirements are very important. When these drugs have been stored in the shelf, always check appropriateness of temperature and expiration date. So, these are the two examples, the two kinds of medicine, the OTC medicine and the prescription drugs.